Hi, my name is Jen and I'm part of Roundhouse Theater's education team, and this is today's theater challenge for grades 4 through 6. At Roundhouse Theater, we teach that the telling of theatrical stories requires acting, movement, playmaking, and design. And today's challenge is all about design, specifically lighting design. Today, I'm going to tell you about one of my favorite lighting tools, the Gobo, and then I'll show you how to make a Gobo, and then I will challenge you to make your own. Let's see what kind of theater we can create. What is a Gobo? A Gobo is a pattern that the lighting designer uses to help shape the light. The most common Gobos are made out of steel, so it's a thin piece of steel with a pattern etched into it. How does a Gobo work? The Gobo is placed inside the lighting instrument. The lamp at the back of the lighting instrument projects the light through the Gobo and out the lens at the front of the lighting instrument. Then the Gobo pattern is projected onto any surface area that the designer wants. Gobos are made in just about any pattern imaginable. There are two main types of Gobos. There are realistic Gobos and there are abstract Gobos. Realistic Gobos include things like clouds and trees and windows. Cloud Gobos can be projected onto a blank surface to create a sky. The lighting designer uses tree Gobos, leaves and branches, to tell the story that the set is full of trees without having an actual tree on stage. If we see shadows of leaves and branches, we naturally assume that light falling through a tree is making them. The same goes for windows. With a window Gobo, the designer can tell the story that there is another window on stage that we cannot physically see. The second type of Gobos are called abstract Gobos. They are made out of random shapes and patterns. We call them breakup patterns because when they are projected, they help break up large surfaces like floors and walls by creating texture and movement. All right, now that we've learned a little bit about Gobos, let's move on to our project. Today, I'm going to show you how to make a Gobo. Of course, the Gobo that I'm going to show you how to make is going to be modified a little bit because we cannot put it in a lighting instrument. However, the results are pretty much going to be the same. Let's get started. For this project, you will need a piece of heavy cardboard, thin cardboard like a cereal box, masking tape, pencil, pens, you could use crayons or colored pencils if you want, a pair of scissors, a piece of paper that you have cut to be 4 inches by 6 inches. You'll be tracing this later. A measuring device like a ruler and a flashlight. Now it doesn't matter what size flashlight you use, it just needs to have one single lamp inside. Multiple lamps will make our projection blurry. The first thing we're going to make is our Gobo frame. Take your 4x6 piece of paper, set it in the center of your cardboard, and trace around it. Next, you're going to take your straight edge, you're going to line it up with the box you just drew, and you're going to draw a line on the opposite side of the straight edge, every side all of the way around. Now that you have your frame drawn out, you will cut it out and it will look like this. Next, you are going to take your thin piece of cardboard, you are going to place your frame over top, and then you are going to trace out the opening of your frame. This is where you're going to draw your pattern. Now you need to trim off the excess cardboard, but you want to leave maybe a finger width of cardboard all the way around so that you have something to tape to your frame. Now I've decided to draw a tree. I've decided that the tree is going to be the silhouette and the background is going to light up. So then I mark all the places that I want to cut away so I don't get confused. You'll notice that when I drew my tree, I drew it past this outline. That's so there's a little bit extra to tape to the frame. See, the frame lays over top like this and it hides the extra. Now it's time for you to cut out your Gobo pattern. Once you have your pattern cut out, you will see that you still have some of the lines of the original outline that you drew your pattern inside. So next you will flip your frame over, Flip your pattern over inside it, and then when you flip it back, see those little lines? They are going to allow you to line your pattern up inside the frame. Once you do that, you are going to tape it down. You might end up with a loose piece like this moon, but see this? That is why you left a little extra cardboard around your pattern, so that you can line it up on the edge. Then you will flip it over and tape it in place. And this is my finished gobo. This is a really quick gobo stand you can make. Take an egg carton, cut a slot in it. I cut mine too far, so I had to tape it. But then you can take your gobo, you can slide it into the slot, and it will stand up on its own like this. Voila! And this is what the gobo looks like when I shine a flashlight through it. And here's a trick. You don't want to shine your flashlight directly through your gobo or your image will get distorted. Instead, you want to hold your flashlight a little bit below your gobo so that your gobo gets caught in an even wash of light. Once you get the knack of making gobos, you can make 3 or 4 gobos and put them together as a story. It only has to be 3 or 4 sentences long, and then you can share it with your friends and your family. Here, let's take a look at the short story that I made. One night, a hungry little kitten showed up on my doorstep. I tried feeding it formula, but it would only drink stars. When the kitten got sleepy, I made it a bed. But the strange little kitten ran out the door and fell asleep on the moon. These are the gobos that I made for my story. As you can see, they are a little more complicated than the tree gobo, but the more you practice, the better and better you're going to get at figuring out what works and what doesn't. And don't worry if you accidentally cut off a piece of cardboard that you want to keep. That is what tape is for. As you can see, I actually taped the whiskers onto my kittens instead of cutting them out individually. Nobody can see the tape when the gobo is projected on the wall. Alright, now it's your turn. We challenge you to create your own gobo. And if you like, ask a grown-up to send a video or a picture of your gobo to education@roundhousetheater.org. Make sure that they follow us on social media because we'll be featuring some of our favorite submissions, and it could be you. If you have enjoyed these challenges, make sure that you check out Roundhouse Theater's summer programs at roundhousetheater.org. Have fun, and we hope to see you this summer.